hi. There we go. Oh, wow, just a... no, not really. Hello! Didn't see a mid-R. No mid-Rs, never... The mid-Rs are a temporary problem. Not good at this game. Alright, so... There's a few things that I want to improve. There's a few things that I want to improve. There shouldn't there? It's a good sound. Welcome in, everybody, and Theron.
A singular strike.
And Theron, thank you for 15 months. Almost a year. Incredible. So, 31, yeah. It's a good number. So, something that's been brought up about Dabble Party. Critically acclaimed, triple gold, platinum Dabble Party. Sure. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go look at the moon. Oh boy. Uh-oh, this might be bad. Wait. Oh, it works! Ark, what's going on? Why is there a key door? Oh my god. Pixel, you are a wonderful person, and I've...
So they can have your smiling face on here also.
Alright. Sounds good.
I'm gonna turn off...
Just gonna make sure that we got just the right amount of germ dove on the stream here. That's perfect right there. Oh yeah. Maybe just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. There it is. There it is.
I think I have sound. Yeah, I've got sound. That's okay. I fixed it.
Oh, I forgot Rover. Rover's in the back. There we go. Move him to the front there. All right, now we're set.
Window.
This is top tier content. It turned out. Let's go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes! Nope. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I don't need the one up. Oh my goodness. Decent position to land a few lucky shots. Hello, Mr. Other Spy. 3. Oh, that was good. Oh, did you guys like that? I liked that. Alright. Next time. Next time, I might not bounce off a fish. Oh, almost bounced off a fish. Don't do anything, don't do anything, don't do anything. Oh, I was not sure about that. I was not sure about that lava level. But also the clock. You know, for Christmas. She played Sword, or maybe Shield. I don't remember which one we got for her. And she wasn't a huge fan. I think she would have preferred the more classic style Pokemon games. Hi, it's me again. Okay. If the nightly moon viewing ceremony is returning to the bedtime routine, I may need to reconsider how early I start to stream. We'll see. All right. Yeah, gotta have the moon viewing ceremony. So it would be nice to streamline how Dabble Party operates. There is an asynchronous nature to it where things happen on the host computer, and occasionally the host computer will save the board state to a database. The players do not ever touch the board state. They only play minigames and submit their scores. But things like player positions... Exactly, yeah. There's a lot of catching up to do. Who's got what size dice, who's got how many coins or gears, all that is contained within board state, and only the host affects that. When I was initially setting up Dabble Party, my idea was that, oh yeah, I'll send the menus over to the clients who will select an item, and then that response will be sent back to the host. And I never got around to it, but it's something that could be done, which would be nice. It would be a very, very nice to have thing. So that's what we're going to focus on. I've already kind of laid out a little bit of groundwork, and I'm already about to undo that groundwork and replace it with slightly better groundwork. We are going to be refactoring board menu until I get bored, and then I just play Mario for a while. Groundwork, exactly. So, what is a board menu? A board menu is, let's see, this is a board menu right here, where, you know, it's anytime you see a set of options over on the left, such as roll or use an item, or hey, do you want to buy one of these items, or hey, who do you want to swap places with, or who do you want to steal coins from, or do you want to use the teleporter? Those are all board menus. And there can only be one board menu at a time. Board menus can be nested in a sense of choosing an option on one board menu can create a new board menu. For instance, if you select, I want to steal coins, then that menu is destroyed and we create a new one of who do you want to steal from. Host role could be... It would be nice. There's a few tricky things. One tricky thing is, like in a later date, maybe, I don't know, it was okay. One tricky thing is someone's got to swap OBS scenes, because we're not going to have like the gameplay footage being streamed into the game window or something. So when everybody starts playing a mini game, that's never going to get into that point. So it could be mostly hands off. Like, I can think if players are handling board menus instead of the host, then it really comes down to the dice being automated. Like right now, when the dice are rolling and spinning, you have to push a button to make them stop. That's not necessary. I left that in because, hey, drama. Maybe I want to really draw out that last die roll if it's like really important that this person gets at least a 10 total. It's like, oh, what's it gonna be? Let's talk about it for about 3 seconds and go. But it can just be on a timer. That's fine. So that's an easy one. Similarly, advancing the scoreboard after a mini game. Yeah, the one thing we definitely can't do without is the OBS switching, and I don't think there's a good way to change that. It ignited. It's about to explode. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Popples. So, board menu option. So here's how I set up board menu option. I didn't have plain text originally as an option. It was just these three things are the board menu options. It is how do you draw it? What happens when you actually press it? And can you press it? Dabble World's time. Heck yeah. Those are the three things I did, which that's all you need. However, it turns out that that is too vague because I wound up repeating a lot of code. Hello? Nope. False alarm. Misheard. Things like shop items. Let's pick a menu here. Let's pick a specific menu. So I've got these as like the draw item panel. I wound up using this like all the time. 6 is in the lore. Price panel, item panel draws a price. No, item panel doesn't draw a price panel. Player panel is when you're choosing a player. Item. Yeah, item menu is when you. Oh, this is like the rolling menu where your options are roll or use your items. And so each of these has a draw type of, oh, you want to draw an item panel. That's the draw method we're going to use. That works okay, but it gets a little bit verbose. Oh, here we go. All right. Ahem. It's a good start. It's a good start. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to change up how we've written this code here. Instead of passing in how it is drawn, we're going to reduce it to something a little bit simpler. Hopefully. Dark Crown, of course. Terrible item. So this is extremely vague. Now, the advantage is this is extremely vague. This is something that can be optimized a bit. I'm basically saying that every square on a menu, you know, whether I want to buy an item or what, I can draw basically anything in the box. It can be text, it can be animated images, it can be a full video file, I don't know. And that's too much. Like, we can reduce what the engine is capable of. So instead of giving it a full draw command, we're instead going to replace that with something a bit more streamlined. I think we're gonna have a list of potential draw types, such as this is an item with a price, or this is a player that you can somehow interact with. For the case of like stealing coins, it's like, okay, I want to steal from player number 1 or player number 2. Draw. Or this is the roll option. And then also offer it a data tag of, okay, if I'm drawing an item and a price, then I need to include data about what item ID it is and what the current price it's being offered at is. Which also has a little bit of extra information we need to store, which is what's the normal price, because I want the player to know, like, hey, this was discounted. Oh, this is a lot. Now, the alternative that I started on, and I'm not opposed to this, because this would let us get this out much easier. I've already updated all of the menu options to initialize with a plain text alternative, which is just, you know, replace the information with just a string of text. That's what we could store to the database when we are saving the board state. Is we save, all right, here's the current list of options and the text for each. So text 1 is roll dice. Text 2 is use item. That is, use fragile D4, use dev exit, whatever the other items are. So that can just be plain text. And when a client receives this information, we could actually pull that up as a menu and have them select, okay, do you want this, this, or this? Absolutely, Dove. What do you need to know? What are the things that are contained within the curly braces? Everything! I don't know where you're looking. Is that something about the code or the IDE? Look at you. But you've been workshopping that. Question about the IDE. Come on. All right. So I think what we're gonna do. Hello. What's up, Super? So let's start with the easy way. Let's start easy. And let's edit our import code when we are receiving data and we need to build the game from that. Actually, I wonder if I should just like start with, yeah, let's build a nice to have. The game is already live, it's already working, but there's a few things that we want to have on a checklist here. I looked up the solution now because I was like, what is going on here? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, he was right there. He had it. So nice to haves. Client being able to select from menu. Head hurts too much. Yeah, that's a rough state to be in because like, man, I can't even play games. Reduce host responsibilities. Except pretend I spelled that better. And that is client being able to select from menu is part of that. So let's go ahead and put that under there. Roll dice. Auto continue on, no, not actually, is that the big thing? That's the big thing, isn't it? It's just rolling dice. Because continuing text, like, I feel like people might want to break from the action for a bit at times, and we don't want the game to just keep going forever until somebody gets to a minigame. So we won't remove all responsibilities. You're still at least gonna have to click the OBS button to swap scenes, you know? Also nice, allow for more than 4 players. This is possible, but there's a few points that don't work yet. Initial turn decide is one of them. Lobby ready up has an action at 4 players arriving, and we need to remove that. And actually, it's no longer necessary. It may not even need to be removed. I don't know. Originally, the idea was when you hit 4 players, the button for the host to start game appears. And then I changed it so that you could have less than 4 players. Basically, as soon as you have 1 player in the lobby, you're allowed to start the game, which is great for testing because I can just run it locally with just myself playing. And I don't know if the current may not be an issue. Who will win? Who will lose? We just don't know. UI for scoreboard. I did go ahead and fix the final score tally to allow more than 4 players. Basically just let you scroll down the menu. Like scroll down the table of final values. But the UI at the top, it will just spill off the right side of the screen. UI for post minigame. Another nice to have, show scores post minigame. That was in the original plans, and you know, turns out there's a lot to do when you're building an entire Mario Party. Yeah, if we can just get this done. Client being able to select from menu. Okay. So what we want to do then is make it so that you can save the data. That's straightforward enough. That's mostly working now. Actually, yeah, I think that's already going into the database here. That's a good point. Like, once the engine is built. Now, one system that I'm really satisfied with, and I wish I had come up with it earlier, is the cutscene system. This right here made everything so much easier to work around. When I started the whole system, it was, okay, we're going to animate the player moving to the next square for X number of frames, and when they reach there, they go again and again and again until they run out or run to an intersection or something like that. And then you have to make sure to wait for about 1 second while the animation of gaining coins plays, and then make sure to wait about another second just so everyone has a chance to take in what happened, and then pan the camera over to the next player, wait about a quarter of a second to make sure the camera's got time to get over there. Like all this stuff of, all right, make sure that we're waiting the right amount of time and check this flag and that flag to see if this has already happened. All that's out the window. Instead, we have the cutscene system, which all it manages is just, while the cutscene is active, it's going to run its update and its draw functions. So it's going to do things like, I'm going to draw the number +3 over the character's head while they're getting 3 coins. And update, every frame I'm going to move that animation up a little bit, so, as it fades out. And then when my update has run, say, 20 times, then I'm going to set the isDone flag to true, and that's going to be the end of that cutscene. While a cutscene is active, no other cutscenes are happening. Only one cutscene is active, and when it ends, it will add to the list of cutscenes the follow-up cutscenes. And alternatively, you can manually throw things onto the pile of the queue of cutscenes. So when a player lands on gain 3 coins, I queue up the cutscene for play the 3-coin animation, then a cutscene for short pause, and then a cutscene for run that this player's turn is now done. So here's the add coins, which also handles minus coins. Before it'll pop out in Party Land. I mean, so let's see, what do we got here? What do we got here? Add item. So when you gain an item, I draw the item like floating towards the player, and then at the moment that it touches them, I actually add the item to the inventory, play a sound. If there's an on-purchase event, like when you gain a gear, the event is your gear count goes up by 1 or 2 or 3. And then after that, we pad it with a little bit of time, we play the happy face, and then we pad it with a little bit more time, and then whatever was supposed to happen next happens. It'd be added to Dabble Worlds. That was in the original sprite sheet, and I just decided that it was way funnier to have him do the little scoot up. The Twitch space is its own special cutscene, if you can believe it. So, spams. It contains a list of spams. Cutscene dialogue is just split the lines into text and do all this stuff. Last 5 turns is a cutscene made up of multiple cutscenes. So when you create this cutscene, it adds these extra cutscenes onto the pile as well, which is fade out, change the backdrop, fade back in, play these dialogues, fade out, remove that extra backdrop, fade back in, continue. Snail dice, snail dice. And this is a nightmare. This right here, because I had text for every possibility of pairings of ties. Because you can have a lot of things going on. You can have all 4 players tied for first. You can have 1 first and a 3-way tie for second. You can have a 3-way tie for first and 1 person in last. You can have a tie for first and a tie for third. You can have a tie for first, or you can have 1 person in first, a tie for second, and then 1 person in fourth. There's a lot of different combinations there. And accounting for more players, we're just gonna do X and Y are in first. Z is in third. A is in fourth. Yeah. I don't know if I think that'd count as first, but yeah. So anyway, there you go. That's all that shenanigans with the board cutscene. So anyway, board cutscene, very powerful. I wish I had figured that out earlier. Honestly, that would have made things so much easier. It's just like an on-the-fly state machine. Convince everyone to just get 0 points. It's a bold strategy. Okay, so we're gonna work out what to do when, oh boy, when there's a menu. Ooh. Do I know what player I am? Certainly is a bold strategy. Do I even know what player I am? All right, hold on. Huh. I don't know that I do. It's a secret to comedy, you see. I don't know if I want to do this right now. Like, it's not going to get done by the next time we play. Basically, my brain is fried from work today. It was a lot of work. Like I was muting my lurk stream. I was like, I need to just buckle down and like do this for 2 hours straight. Yeah, it was serious mode. I was turning on the white noise videos and everything. Yeah, how do I know what player I am in this? Like, as the player, not as the host, but as the player, is there a way I know what player I am? I'm not sure there is. I mean, I can think of a few ways that we could possibly... See, I've got player index. What is this? What is player index? What is app-wise player index? Shift F12 on that bad boy. Ah, okay, no, that's not what we want. So this is, player index is what controls the colors you get in minigames. That is something. Yeah, so in our main menu, oh, what is this not liking? Ah, yeah, that makes sense. There we go. Yeah, I didn't have that fixed yet. Okay, so when I click to join a game, let's look at the back end a little bit. And I'm gonna be extra careful with the back end code. Let's see here. Dabble Party Controller. Where are our requests? Oh, Party Controller. Here we go. Okay, Party Controller. When I want to join a party, what does it return here? Remember, kids, do not just take your SQL and append the IDs to the string. Always use a parameter object. Parameter object, good. Appending string directly to SQL, bad. And I will happily do a little demonstration of why that is bad. So SQL is a language that lets you access data and edit data in these things called SQL tables, all right? And you can think of it as like a bunch of Excel spreadsheets. So you may have a table of users, and a user may have an ID and a name and a, I don't know, an amount of tokens. And then you may have, you know, another user, Dove, who has less tokens. All right, there we go. So there's our example users, 44. A mere 608,000. Scoff-worthy. So when you want to, for instance, add a user, or let's say you want to grab the name of the user with ID 1, you can use a SQL script and say, all right, select the name from the table user where ID equals 1. So there's an example of a SQL query. And you can even include comments, and comments are little double dashes like this, double dash. This is a good SQL script. There you go. So that's the basics of SQL. Now, here's where things get a little bit trickier. Let's say I wanted to grab the currency of the user with the name Dobbs, where name equals Dobbs. Some kind of hint? Dabble cart? Oh my gosh, we could do that someday. That would be dumb. Oh no. Oh no. No, don't. Shake it out. Out of my head. Get it out of my head. Don't do that. That's dangerous. It's like swinging a loaded gun, firing ideas like that. There you go. Much better. So, let's say we had a page where someone could type a name and get back what the currency amount was, and this is the query we use. So, in my backend code. In my backend code, I've got some function in C# that's like run SQL, and then I pass in the SQL as a string, like this. Okay? But we're not gonna always run it on Dobbs, right? We wanna run it on our username. So we're gonna be passing in a username called Dobbs, and we're gonna pass that in here. Now here's where things are about to get dangerous. So if my username, all right, so let's look at this SQL right here. If I've done this correctly, and if I pass in Dobbs as the username, the resulting query, we're learning about SQL injection. The resulting query looks like this, which is perfectly what we want. But what if some rogue agent wanted to try something very, very devious, and instead of typing Dobbs into the field, they typed in Dobbs, single quote, semicolon, delete, or drop table user, and they type this in as the text. Goat. Well, you know what that does to our beautiful query? If we paste that in, well, now the query that we're executing is actually one valid line of SQL as we expected, followed by a completely separate command, followed by a comment, and we've just allowed this person to run this query that deletes all our data. And that is what SQL injection is. It's when you type in a really weird string with the idea that, hey, I wonder if someone is doing something really stupid on their back end, and just appending text to SQL instead of parameterizing it.
Did someone ask?
No.
I'm just curious.
I just like actually knowing things about things after work today.
I was wondering. I was like, what are you doing a programming stream when your brain hurts?
I just like knowing things about things.
A confidence boost.
Yeah, at work there's been, fail 'cause snail. At work things are a little bit more weird right now. Doing some stuff and working in projects where things are really weird.
It's comfortable.
Oh, good.
It's not comfortable at all.
No, not comfortable. Okay, so when you join a party,
You didn't have to poke your head in tonight.
I guess not.
I think I mostly just distracted her successfully, so I wouldn't count on it being a new development.
Yeah,
You know?
we'll see.
Anyway, I'll let you.
Oh no, you can hang out.
I feel like I'm distracting you.
No, I'm not gonna do this for too long. I'm gonna do this until I get bored with it, and then I'm just gonna play Mario or something. I gotta get my fingers ready for Mario on Friday.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we had our moon viewing ceremony.
We did. We went to look at the moon. Haven't been able to do it for a while. It hasn't been dark enough.
Yeah.
It's been like cloudy or didn't have time. Because I knew once we started it, it's gonna be a thing now. It's gonna be a thing all winter till it stops being dark at bedtime again.
Basically, yeah.
She was like, "Did the time change?" Not yet.
Anyway. Love you.
You do.
Moon viewing ceremony, 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 moon viewing ceremony.
Very nice. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. When you join a game, we're gonna spit back what player number you are. 0, 1, 2, or 3. No. She just likes looking at the moon. I mean, it started when she was a baby. And she was just excited to see the moon. And we'd point it out, like, oh, the moon! And it just kind of stuck. Okay. So we want to add... Oh, look at this. We don't need this anymore. I didn't even remember this was in the code. All right, cool. We'll take that out. Yeah, this is saying you could only join a game if there were less than 4 players already joined. I mean, it is cool that there's just like a big rock up there that's just spinning around. Thank you for the update, Al. I guess I don't need this if clause at all anymore. If the lobby's open, let people in. Could come in handy. So let's see here. Ah, yes. Tricky. So we already have the game object. Okay. I think this is what we want. So if you're joining a game and it has 3 players in it, player 0, player 1, and player 2, then you become player number 3. So just, yeah, current players.length. Okay. There we go. So join party, which is in the join party. Yeah, it's the join party controller. There it is. You pass in the game ID and which avatar you've selected. So when you join a party, right now, yeah, we look at the return code. Okay, so we say if code equals 1, add it to party, wait in the lobby. Oh, that's why we had that. We were returning a code. So I think in this case, what do? I guess we just plop them in the... Just plop them right in the game all the time? Just move to the board view? No. We want to move them to the board view only if the current round is 1 or greater. But we are going to take that code and use that for the current player. Okay, so all this was in service of, oh man, the final boss of D&D. Snail, shut up. Only the early months. Nothing after August. So I think what we want here is to store this on the board level. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? I guess this will be client player index is what we're gonna store this on. And that's gonna be no matter what you get. Just set that equal to code. Okay. The reason is because now we can determine if it's your turn. Now, why is that important? Because when you're on the board, and we are getting the board data from data, we're gonna say if data dot menu options dot length is greater than 0, if we have sent in a menu and client player index equals data dot current player index, like that is a way of saying it. Hey, you're a connected client and it's your turn and there's currently an on-screen menu. on the host. This is saying if that happens, then, well, that and, okay, then I want to generate a menu. Check if menu already up. I want to generate a menu and show it to you. Board.current menu, board UI, dot current menu, there it is. Okay, menu, not that kind of menu, this kind of menu. So a board menu. Static. Create. So this one's going to be a little bit tricky. This is create client menu. Options is a string list. Returns a board menu. Okay. Return new board menu. What does a board menu need? It needs a list of options. Okay. All right, well, that's going to be options dot map each of those to board menu option. Here we go. Board menu option takes the following parameters. Plain text string, that's fine. That can just be O. We're not going to really use that. How to draw it. Oh no. What are you about to lose? What do we use plain text for? Do we only use that for no thanks or anything else? So let's have a plain text small, which does a relatively small size text. Hello, Jen. Okay, that should work. On select. GQ knows about those. Can't get the handle off of the shower faucet. And you can't. Oh, cold water. The worst. Okay. This is a very dumb menu, but it will work. Equals board menu dot. Oops. Create client menu of data menu options. Okay. So, $40 of tools just to try and get it off. Jeez. Yeah, that's rough. Just boil water. Bring it with you into the shower. And mix it in with the shower water as it's coming down. Hello, Lapredo. I'm thinking about it. When I was in, I spent a while in Malaysia back in the mid-2000s. And the place I was staying did not have a shower. It was basically, there happened to be a hose in the bathroom. And that was about it. Now, what that hose was normally used for, we're not going to try to think too hard about. But the water that came out of that hose was not warm. And so what I ended up resorting to after about a week or so of getting really fed up with cold bucket showers, 2,500, yes, was I would, before I was going to go shower, I would actually start the kettle, boil some water, and pour that into the bathroom bucket. And get myself 2 kettlefuls of boiling water in there. And you know what? It was quite a nice time. Everything felt a lot better going forward. Yeah, mid 2000s is a rough number. I guess the normal conventions kind of break down. Okay. So the client displays a menu, user selects an item, and then there's going to be a delay, because what's going to happen is that's going to save to a database. The host is going to be pinging that database to read from it, and then the host is going to take that information, apply it to the currently selected menu, and then send an update to the database that says there is no longer a current menu. That is tricky. How do I tell the client, yes, you have completed that menu, but there could be another menu coming? Did I sit in a giant teacup? Oh man, I should have. Oh man, if only I thought about that. Let's see. One option is we give menus an ID. An incrementing ID. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because we're wanting to store which options, or which option we've chosen, and so the database is going to gain a value that says I've selected, option number 3 on menu number 524. So yeah, I think that is the way to do this, is that the database we're going to be storing this to, the answers to, the question, the menu items are going to be in the existing database. We'll pull those down, and then when the user selects an item, we're going to store that answer to a new table that we haven't created yet. And that realistically only ever needs to store maybe one thing at a time. At least only one thing per user. So we'll remember that. So what we'll do is we're going to make a little tweak. We're going to make a little tweak to our game export data. Menu options, we're going to replace that with, the type is going to be menu, which is an ID, a number, and options, a string. Now that's going to break some things right off the bat. Okay, that one's easy. I know there's some other ones. Yeah, there's right here. That's gonna break. So when we are generating menus, yes. Okay, every time we say current menu equals, how often do we do that? Ugh, a lot of times. So that's not a great time. Well, hang on. We can actually do that. We can actually do this. We can add a setter here. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit easy, a little bit tricky. Is it like, no, it's, we gotta do this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, oh. All right, there we go. What I've done just now is I've broken apart the current menu variable into accessor methods. An Irish setter, haha. Menu ID is going to be a number. We're going to start it out at 1. Yes, we're going to do 1 indexing. So every time we set the menu value, we're going to increment the menu ID. Which is going to be just what we need, I think. All right, so let's see here. Menu is not this. Menu is now, what did I call it? Menu ID? No, just ID. Yeah, so this works out pretty well. Oh yeah, I can just do this. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so great. ID equals this dot board UI dot menu ID, and options is empty string, and then if there, or empty list of strings, then menu dot options equals, oh, what, why? String. How about that? There we go. Got to specify the type. TypeScript can be a little bit finicky at times. All right, that handles the saving. So now we're actually going to be saving ID and options. That's going to break. That's broken something, I'm sure. Yeah, here we go. Found one error. Yep, right here. Yeah, because that needs to be menu null. That's not allowed. Okay, game export. Menu can be that or null. There you go. Hi, King Boo. How you doing? There we go. Okay. So what we'll do, we got that. Now we need to maintain what menu I have answered. Just chillin'. Nice, nice. If there's already a menu up, I don't want to show the menu. So we want to make sure that this .board UI current menu equals null. All that lounging sure did the trick. All right, so if there's not currently a menu, then great. Pull up the current menu. But the problem here is, let's say you choose from the menu, that sends it to the database. In that time, there's still a menu in the database, and you don't have a menu up, so it's just gonna come right back up. And that's why we need to store, latest, latest completed menu ID. So every time you select from one of these special menus right here, we are going to board.ui.latest no, it's just board equals ID. There we go. We're gonna set that ID to tell you, like, okay, you did it. You've completed that menu. Whoops. There we go. Got it. Recently got into some programming stuff. Nice. So the specific project that I'm working on is Dabble Party, which I'm gonna pull it up. Here we go. I'm gonna. All right, just a plain roll.
Plain roll. Hope for 2.
7. Pizza roll.
This is Dabble Party.
Pepperoni roll.
Oh, thanks.
I do not want to buy now.
It was great. It was a great game.
No, it took more.
Look at me recycling content like this.
Can I put it on layaway?
Can I
Roll those dice.
All right, GQ, would you like to buy it? Would you like to buy a vowel?
I'm assuming yes.
The gear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
hate you.
Just check it.
Never heard of it. Well, that's because I made it and we played it one time. It's been played one time ever. It's Mario Party, but just for us.
All right. Next one's in.
It's our own. It's our own private version of Mario Party.
Holly Shore.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody got a little bit of something in the mini games that we made. Yeah, the Dobbs exclusive Mario Party. We had our own mini games.
Here we go. It's Hoopsters Forever. Line up your shot. Go for the goal. So
It went
hold
well.
to
All right, let's
charge and release to shoot.
get it out of here. There we go. Get this back up. It was very fun. Yeah, as well as it could. There was hardly any issues. Okay, if data.menu.id is greater than the latest completed menu ID, then you haven't seen this menu yet. Pop it up. There we go. And then on this menu, to do send data to new table, board.ui dot current menu equals null. Get rid of it. Okay, that might be it. Is that it? Does that actually, will that actually work? That compiles. That's a good step in the right direction. Let's see. Dabble Party. JavaScript. Party, JavaScript, paste. Pull up back end, run it, loading. We're gonna see. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Oop, it's coming up. Authorize. Okay. We got it, hopefully. Right. I need to modify this slightly. I am in fact running locally, and so it says no, you cannot host game. That's no, that's not allowed. Let's see here. Oh wait, yeah. It was menu tab on action, right? There we go. Is logged in. Okay, so I can actually just cheat that, can't I? Sure, I'm logged in. There we go. Yeah, me too. All right, host a game. We're gonna be Allie. Dang it, Chirmed Up. Dang it, Mario Maker fan. All right, there we go. Let's go. That was one thing, is that I should have had little noises when text is scrolling by. Also, this is dumb, but, you know. First is Allie, second is nobody, third is nobody, and nobody will go last. All right, let's see if this works. Okay. We need to actually save game to database again, I think. I hope nobody wins. Board.savegame to DB, okay. Hope nobody wins. Hey. All right. Save game to database. What did that send over? Did it send... Let's take a look at this. Yes, it did send over menu. That's good. That is good. We have a menu. Menu got saved. Menu ID is 2. Options are roll. Current user ID. Okay, so we're not seeing the menu showing up over here though. When I get the game data, it does have the menu. It does have the menu data. There it is. We have a menu with an option of roll. So when I pull from data, let's see here. Board dot from data. What does that do? Let's take a look. Let's make sure it's got the new code in here. Yes, it does. Data.menu. What's our client player index? It should be 0. Oh, it's 1. What? We've made a grave error. Okay. set it to the right value. Current player index is 0. Okay, so that needs to be fixed for one thing. We'll do that in a second. But the other problem is, why isn't it coming up? When I run the from data function, which I'm doing basically all the time. Okay, right here. We got our debugger. Data.menu, yes. Client player index, 0. Data.current player index, 0. So that's correct. Current menu. Current menu? It's not null. Oh. We have a menu. Where is it? Do we have some kind of function in place that says don't show menus? That actually could be it. Where's that little old menu hiding? I think that is from the spectate mode code. Let's see here. Draw for spectator. That's gotta be it. Okay. Yeah, it's because spectators just never saw menus. I think it was because I never had a reason to show menus to spectators, since they were never involved in menus. So this could have some side effects. So brace yourselves. Dabble Party. Let's copy that JavaScript code back over. Place files. Okay, so the host just restarted, and that's fine. This one is not going to refresh right away, but I should be able to rejoin the game even though the host is not there. Right. Don't worry, it's me. Oh wait, not host game. Dang it. Crap. Now I do have to start over. Alright, is logged in. True. Alright. Join game as Hovercat. Game 41. I need to put some kind of timeout on games that, like, if they've been going for over 48 hours, maybe just kind of take them out completely. Okay, client player index needs to be corrected still. While we're playing through this little cinematic. Yeah, code need to get, instead of code, it needs to be numeric representation. Needs to convert to a number. All right, here we go. Hovercat start. All right, so this is our player here. Board UI, current menu exists. It's out there. It's just not being drawn for some reason. Yeah, that's how we were able to play it with other people. We actually had a 4-person game running. And so everybody would play the mini games locally, and then the scores would be sent over to the server. And we did it with a screen share so that I could see everybody's mini game feed, and that way we could actually, like, stream the whole game together. It actually worked out pretty nicely. Where is my menu? Why do I have no menu? Where's this draw for spectator? That's on the board, right? Yeah, so draw for spectator menu. Board.ui.draw for spectator. Yeah. If there's a menu, it should draw the menu. Why is the menu not drawing? Why is the menu not drawing? Did I do something weird with the menu here to make it so that it won't draw? Let's play around with menu a bit. Let's actually manually replace this menu. Board.ui.current menu equals board menu dot create client menu. Pass in a number and a list of text options. We're just going to say 1 and 2 are our options. Go. That works. That's what I'm expecting to see. So it's drawing. Why is this one not drawing? Let's run that same code here. Like I have a... Oh, wait, no, wait, hang on. I don't have a menu. Oh, wait, I don't have a menu. I mean, I have a menu, but it's not this menu. It's the wrong menu. Interesting. Oh, and that's not great either. I can't actually select things because reasons. Oh boy. So there already was a menu up. It just had no options. Where did that old menu come from? So it wasn't that, I assume. I guess it could have been. Actually, that could have been. That could have been what it is. So let's also say only do this if there are options. Okay, that might be part of it. Okay, a lot of ifs. Okay, so that's the first piece. Second piece is I can't move up and down. Let's see here. Why does camera control not do that? Okay, so those are menu or mini games. Minigame, 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 menu. Board menu. Ah. What? Why should this matter? Why should this matter? I think we can, that is probably something old. Let's see what the shop timer is. If it's still 0, then that's probably what's going on there. Yeah, okay, cool. We figured out a small puzzle. We may be able to get away with just refreshing here. All right, come on. Join game. Menu? All right, client. Menu? Menu, where's our menu? Oh, I didn't actually rebuild the code. Ah. Are max scores stored locally? They are only stored locally. I am not gonna deal with all that. Okay, so we fixed that, so now we can copy our code over. Rebuild, copy code, go. I did consider it, and then I decided against it. Yeah, I'm not totally opposed to it, but... Okay, current menu is null. Game data is coming in. Too much music. Oh. The information we're getting from the board is no options. Nice. Cool. How do I fix this menu issue here? With board menu equals null. No. Now it's nobody's turn. Item menu. Okay, we have a menu. Will that menu pull across? No. Oh wait, because we need to save that is the menu, don't we? Board.save game state. Okay, so that should save the game state over. Hey, we did it! It's not pretty, but it is functional. Well, not fully functional. Okay, that is... I still can't go up and down. I just don't know why. I don't know why I can't go up and down, but look, that's the text content of each one. As unpretty as it is. Okay, but why can't I navigate the menu? Because board menu.update is not being called, I imagine. Yes, because board UI update does not happen. There we go. Gotta throw that in. Update. Yeah, board UI updates only happen if you're not in spectator. So I can throw that in pretty easily though. There, done. Incredible. All right, well, we got it. That's about as much as I wanted to get done for that stage, because the next step is going to be things like, okay, yay, you selected something, now you have to actually store it to the database, and then the host has to retrieve it. Which I already do some automated stuff like that, like for retrieving scores. The original version of the game was at the end of every mini game, the score just stays on screen in really big text so that I can jot it all down, which would have sucked since Turtles capture didn't work at all. So I'm glad I at least have the clients sending data. All right. I'm gonna zone out for a while now, and we're gonna wait. Hang on, there's still one other thing I wanted to fix, which is join party. Getting rid of the host. Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay. So when you join a game... Ah, yes. If you join a game that's in progress, you're counted in this. No. If you join a game in progress, you take the index. That's done. But if you take one that you're joining for the first time... and you're the first player, if player IDs dot length equals 0, then return 0. Your player number 0. Otherwise split on semicolon. Yeah, that's the issue. If there's 3 players, 3 semicolon separated players, player data, then we split on semicolons, and we get that there's three elements there, and we say, okay, return 3. But if there's no elements in the list, and we split on semicolons, we get... Wait, there's no elements and we split, then we get a length of 1, even though there's nothing there. So yeah, that fixes that. There's no need for a unique host role. No, well, so that's the issue, is right now the host can't play. So that's going to be a whole kettle of fish in of itself. Now, right now, you can get away with just having 2 windows open. If you are not streaming the game and you're only interested in just having everyone play, then so much of the code is JavaScript. So you'd have to have someone hosting. I guess the idea is it possible for host to merge with a play? Can a host play? That is really, I think, what you want to do, is get it set up so that a host can play. And that is more doable, because someone has to be in charge of, say, like the weightings on the Twitch space, unless we just say, okay, this is a special mode where it's just they're always even. Or every time one item gets chosen on Twitch space, all other elements go up in weight. That kind of thing. It's like, that's doable. Yeah, it's not completely out of the question. It would probably have to be, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, it's in the double digits in hours of work. So it comes down to how much work am I going to put into it? Like, if the idea is that it's always streamed, then it's like, okay, yeah, you can kind of make that work, which is, I don't know. All right, close this. Close this. Close this. Close this. We're going to switch categories. Brain is officially dead. You're trying your best. All right.